If you want to move to Europe without any job offer, then you should be looking at countries that allow applicants come into their country with a visa type called the job seeker visa. Hello everyone, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Emanuela, and for returning viewers, I say a big welcome back to you. Thank you for liking my videos, thank you for sharing with family and friends, and thank you for sticking to this channel. I appreciate you. So, more and more European countries are launching this visa type called the job seeker visa. Initially, it was Germany. Next, it was Austria. I had shared the both countries job seeker visa video on my channel. You can do well to check those video. All right, and then Portugal had announced that they are also going to be dishing out this job seeker visa, but it is not yet fully implemented, and that's why I haven't shared it on my channel. Today I'll be sharing job seeker visa for the fourth country, which is Sweden, which means you can now move to Sweden without a job offer on this visa type called the job seeker visa. And this is because most countries have shortage of people or shortage of workers in certain professions. For Sweden, you have example lack of nurses, doctors, assistant developers, teachers, carpenters, electricians, mechanics, and just to name a few. And to note that this shortage is projected to spread over the next 5 years. So you don't need to understand or speak Swedish language to be able to move to Sweden. However, I will always personally advise that you learn Swedish language. You can use some of these apps. You have Duolingo, you have the Babbel, and then the basics in the Swedish language. But know that English language is widely spoken in Sweden. Hence, you will not be discriminated if you are not a professional in the Swedish language. All right. In my today's agenda, I'll be discussing 1. What is Sweden job seeker visa? 2. The eligibility criteria. 3. Duration of Sweden job seeker visa. How long you will stay in the country with this visa type. 4. A family allows to travel with you when you're going to Sweden. And then 5. Documents needed for this visa type. And then finally, I'll have to pull you through very important how to apply to this job seeker visa, and then if time permits I'll take you through the shortage occupation list in Sweden. So without further delay, let's get started. Agenda number 1, what is job seeker visa in Sweden? It is a visa category which allows you come and reside in Sweden to look for work or to start a business in Sweden. This is actually for you to look for a job or start a business or open another branch of your business in Sweden. Agenda number 2, what is the eligibility criteria? So here you have to fulfill 6 things or 7. All right. First, you must have completed studies corresponding to an advanced level degree, that is a master's degree or a specialized certification in your field. All right. In your application, you must attach a letter of consent that gives the Swedish Council for Higher Education (UHR) the right to contact your higher education institution in your home country. All right, to verify your educational documents. Here, the Swedish Migration Agencies now sends your documents to UHR so that they can assess your level of education while you are waiting for your process to go on. All right. Next, you must plan to seek employment or explore the possibilities for starting your business in Sweden. The third one, you must be able to support yourself financially during the period for which you are applying for a permit, and you must have money to cover the cost of your journey home. Fourth, you need to have a comprehensive health insurance valid for care in Sweden. Next, you need to have a passport, that is international passport or your passport or your travel passport, that is valid for the entire period you intend to be in Sweden while you look for a job or while you start up your own business. Next, you must be currently located outside Sweden. So if you're in Nigeria, India, Pakistan, Togo, Sri Lanka, Senegal, Japan, China, or any other part of the world outside Sweden, then you can apply for this job seeker visa. All right, agenda number 3, what is the duration of this job seeker visa? So the minimum of your stay in Sweden with this job seeker visa is 3 months. All right, and the maximum that you can stay in Sweden while you look for a job or you start up your business is 9 months. Agenda number 4, can you bring your dependents along with you when you're migrating on this job seeker visa type? The answer is no. All right, they can move only when you have successfully, first of all, gotten a job in Sweden. All right, and you have switched or you have started your business in Sweden. Then your visa is then switched to or changed to a Swedish skilled worker visa. Then you can invite your dependents or your family to join you in Sweden. Agenda number 5, what are the documents needed for Sweden job seeker visa? What is required of you to have? All right, in order to make an application, you need digital copies of your data page of your passport, that's your international passport that shows your personal details. All right, you know, digital copy of your graduate or university certificates, that's your degree or your master's certificate, or certificates of specialized exams that you have done that is in your field. All right, next you need digital copies of your official transcripts of any academic records that shows the courses that you have done that are included in your education while you have studied. Note that you need to translate your documents if they are not in English language or in Swedish language. So translation must be done by an authorized translator, not just anybody. So you enclose the original documents of your certificates in English language. All right, you enclose it to your application. You also need digital copies of your bank statement showing proof of sufficient funds to support yourself during the period of your stay in Sweden. All right, money equivalent to SEK 13,000 times or multiplied by the number of months that you are planning to stay in Sweden. So if you intend to stay, for example, like 3 months, it's going to be SEK 13,000 times 3. All right, and then in addition, you also need to add cost of flight back home. This should be included in your SEK 30,000 times number of months that you're applying to stay in Sweden to look for a job or to start up your business, plus the flight money back home. All right, and then your statements of your bank or the bank statement must not be older than 3 months. You also need your digital copies of your valid health insurance that is valid for care in Sweden. All right, so if you're in Nigeria, I usually advise that you look up AXA, that's AXA Mansard, AXA, you look up Allianz, and then some other companies that deal with insurance. All right, so the insurance must cover the entire period for which you're applying to be in Sweden. All right, insurance is to cover cost of both emergency and other medical care, as well as hospitalization, dental care, and then possibly repatriation for medical reasons. You also need a digital copy of a signed consent letter copy that gives the Swedish Council for Higher Education, UHR, the right to contact your higher education institutions in your home country to verify your educational documents. All right, so this is what the letter of consent looks like. Next, you need to be able to pay any application fee for the application by credit or by debit card. All right, so I remember one of the people I was talking to about this this process, and then she said that when she got to the payment side, it couldn't take her card. I asked her to go and use a dollar card, and then when she used the dollar card, she was able to make payments, and then she's there waiting for the visa to come through for her. So if you're in Nigeria, try to use a dollar card. The next agenda is how then do you apply? So you have two options. All right, so you can apply online from the official website. I'll share the link in the description box of this video, and then you can also apply by filling the form. What do you do once your application is approved? If you got fortunate and you got a permit for more than 3 months, you will receive a resident permit card. The card is a proof that you can now reside in Sweden. Hence, it contains your fingerprints, photo of you, and other information that applies to you. How then do you switch from job seeker visa to work visa when you arrive Sweden? So once you get a job during your stay in Sweden, you apply for a work permit. So please do not start working before you apply for the work permit. All right, it has a penalty. Okay, so once you apply for the work permit, then they will give you a temporary go ahead slip while you start work in Sweden. All right, so while the Swedish Migration Agency will then start your process, your new application process. Okay, so you have to work only in the profession for which you have initially applied in your documents. That's previously before you moved to Sweden. So for business starters, all right, you have to apply for residence permit as a self-employed person in Sweden, and then you run your business while they process your new application as self-employed person in Sweden. So the official site is migrationsverket.se. migrationsverket.se. Now let's have a quick demo.
So when you go to this site, you can see it up here. I just logged in. All right, it takes you to this page, and once it takes you to this page, if you look at it, the page is not in English language. You have the option to change it to English. That now. So what are we applying for? We're applying for a work permit to work in Sweden or to start up a business. So I then click on permit for work. So permit for work brings me to this page. All right. So like I said, I'm here working in Sweden, and you scroll down, you have options by the left-hand side here. So we're going to click on look for work or start up a business, and it takes you to this page. Now, when it takes you to this page, you have residence permit for highly qualified persons to look for work or to start up a business. All right. So you have two ways of applying, like I said earlier. All right. So it says if you have completed studies corresponding to an advanced level degree, you can obtain a residence permit to come to Sweden and look for work or explore the possibilities for starting up your own business. The degree to count as an advanced level degree, it must correspond to a 60 credit master's degree, a 120 credit master's degree, a professional degree worth 60 to 330 credits, or a postgraduate stroke PhD level degree. All right, and all of that. Okay, so when you scroll down, you have the e-service here. Right here, you have the e-service resident permit to look for work or start up a business. So this place is, when you click on apply, it means that you want to apply online. All right. Now let's scroll down. In case you don't want to apply online, you scroll down and then you click on the PDF format. So this is the PDF format. All right. So let's look at what the form looks like. All right. So you have your personal details, your name, your phone number, citizenship, place of birth, marital status, passport details, passport number, your name, contact details. And then this section 4 here is where you have your financial support, your name of universities, vocational education if you have any, and then what are your future plans? What do you plan to do after you arrive Sweden? Do you plan to look for a work, or do you plan to start up a business? Or you will have to sign, write the date, and send your document. Now here is the letter of consent that I talked about. So you have to download this letter. So for the e-service, you come here, you click All right, it takes you to a page. So after clicking on the e-service, it takes you to this first page. It says, are you completing the application for yourself or for somebody else? So you can click on any. I'm completing the application for myself, and this is what it looks like. So I then click on the first one and then click next. It will take me to another page. So you have the next page here. It says time of permit. All right, you have time of permit, number of months the permit shall be valid for. The minimum period must be 3 months and maximum of 9 months. I typed in 9 months, and then it also asks you start date. What is the start date? When do you intend moving to Sweden? And you type in the year, the month, the day. All right, after typing it, then you click on next. So bear in mind that you have the option of going back and clicking on previous in case the previous page you had already worked on, you misinterpreted or mistyped something. So guys, this is the job shortage list in Sweden for 2022, and like I said, it will extend to 2023 with 5 years. All right, because of the shortage in different occupations. All right, so the site is swedishimmigration.se/ all of that you have there. So I'm going to leave the link to this page in the description box so that you look up your own profession. So let's start look at them. Below you'll find translated list of all occupations that are mentioned on the job shortage list. So you have the left hand side, the Swedish name, and then the right hand side you have construction workers, construction machine operator, pharmacists, occupational therapists, architects and surveyors, bakers, midwives, nanny, bartenders, social work professionals, concrete workers, in different civil engineer, chemical engineer, master of science in mechanical engineer, controller, social secretaries, special needs teachers and educators, special nurses, cleaners, welders, scaffolder builders. All right, systems analysts, truck driver, gardeners, woodworkers, all right, and nurses, breeders, university and college teachers, caregivers, nursing assistant, guards. So guys, this is one of the pages that you use to find job. It's arbetsförmedlingen.se. So I'll leave the link to this page in the description box. When you log in, it gives you this. All right, so you click on it and then it brings up this page. All right, the sites, one of the sites, Sweden sites, looking for job in Sweden before you apply. All right, you change the language to English language, you scroll down, you have different tabs where you click on something. All right, so it says for job, employment for employers. So because you're a job seeker, you would have to log in. So when you click on login here, all right, it takes you to another page that looks this way. Okay, it takes you to this page. So you log in, you're a job seeker. All right, so you don't have any of these code, bank, ID, Tyler, and the rest. So what you need to do is username and then password. Username and then password. All right, so if you have not used it before, you have to create an account. When you click to create an account, to look at for job is se.indeed.com. all right, so it brings you to this page. Okay, so you can just scroll down and see the type of job that you're looking for. The site to look for job is jobland.se. Jobland.se. So this is what the page looks like. I then go and change the language to English, and then you scroll here. So you have different types of job. You have jobs by occupation, jobs by location, jobs by profession, jobs by company. All right, so let's look at jobs by professional title. So you have assistant, engineer, customer service. So when you click on any of them, it brings you here. All right, it brings you to different jobs, specifically.
Also, there are about 15 companies in Sweden that are providing visa sponsorship job to applicants. All right, so I'll put the links to these companies in the description box of this video. So that's the end of this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching to the very end, and please click on the like button. That is the only way you help YouTube to recommend this video to other people that are looking for this information in particular. All right, if you're new here, kindly subscribe to this channel for more updates on migration abroad. And for returning viewers, thank you very much for your support, sharing my videos, liking it, and then sticking to this channel. Please also share this with your family and friends. You never can tell, you might be helping a whole lot of people who want to go through this process migrating abroad. And then finally, click on the post notification to get updated when I post new video as to how to migrate abroad, practical videos. Thank you for your support. Till we meet again in my next video. Cheers.